Now I wanted to challenge myself to use the parameters again from Craft Roulette, and the 4 parameters were an A7 card with the Hippie colours. The theme was island or islands and wood. So I really wanted to get some florals in, which I didn't get a chance to in the card that I made during the game show. So first parameter is kind of the easiest and the hardest in some ways, because for me, it's a big card. 5 by 7. Not many ways that you can change this up, although someone in the gallery I noticed did the letters A, the letter A and the number 7. How clever is that? Probably made it an A2 card. I should have done that. A 7-year-old card. To speed things up, I've used some coloured cardstock to make a quicker background. And this is going to bring in my island vibes. It is a leafy, like a monstera leaf background, and it's a 3D eye. This is going to speed things up as well. I'm using the coordinating stencils, and having the coloured cardstock in the background, it just saves me having to add the whole colour initially. And I've chosen a darker green, and that way it'll just give the leaves here some quick dimension. Now this is a quick background that I want to do. It doesn't need to be perfect because not a lot of it is going to show. And this is dye ink, so it will seep into the paper. Let's see how that looks. Changes it completely. So I'll just clean my brush professionally. And I'm thinking we'll go for the lime. So these are all in the same family. And just give it a little bit of a different shade. You can check and have a look. Probably not a lot of difference for the time, because inks are always going to look a bit different when you add them to coloured paper. So if you're not sure, you can always test it on a piece of scrap paper first. See if you're going to be happy with how the colours mix. I could have taped this down, that probably would have helped. I was so excited when I saw that I can add a bonus card. You can see it, it's a bit subtle, but it's definitely a different colour. I don't think it's going to be a lot different to the other colour, to be honest. It's going to look fairly similar. Okay. Oh yeah, you can see the difference in the shades there. How cool is that? It's just a shame that the A2 doesn't fit so well. So that gives me more of a platform that I'm used to dealing with. Right, let's adhere that, just because it's got all the bumps. Hopefully this is going to work with the images I'm going to use. We'll see. I'm not used to using liquid glue to sit my backgrounds down. You'd think it'd be easier. All right, next. I was going to go huge. I don't think I need to. I might just go less huge. So other ways that you could do a similar background is to do die cut leaves and create one. I've got another stencil here, Modern Monsteras, and I thought this would even work really well on some green cardstock. So have a look and see what you've got. If you want to kind of get that tropical feel, it doesn't have to be Monsteras. It can be whatever you have. Just if you use those tropical colours, the same thing. I think I'm going to have to go with that one there. All right. And this is what I'm using for the wood element. So the branch of this, I should test this, but I'm not going to, am I? Because that's the lazy in me. There was a couple of ways I thought about bringing the wood element into this particular card. And one way would have been fun to use some wooden design paper, or even stamp out a wooden, like a background stamp, and use that to cut out a sentiment. That could have been fun. I'm just mixing a little bit of a warm colour in here to give that wood a little bit of highlight, because, you know, wood needs a highlight. Start with the orange, the vanilla, so I don't contaminate it. It's going to work better. And then I'll come in with my browns. All over this now. And so even though the stencils don't fit on this stamp wheel and the smaller stamp wheel as well, they still work. Because I put my image in the middle. Oh, I love it when you get the correct stencils out straight away, Therese. That never happens. Now, I know these flowers aren't exactly tropical, but I figured if I do them in tropically colours, they're going to look like an island. So you do not have to use flowers that are only tropical. You can change it up, but use nice bright colours, because we're also, remember, we've got the hippie theme. I forgot to mention that. All right, so here we go. This is going to be a lot of fun. That was my thought anyway. Reminds me, these colours together remind me of places like Fiji or Thailand, or Fiji's an island, Thailand's not, but Fiji is. Any of those sort of tropical vibes. And maybe just because I can, I'm feeling very bold and just adding a touch of the really bright pink here, because these are going to dry back lighter. What else was I thinking? So yeah, I was talking colours with the neons, you know, like tie-dye really reminds me of hippie colours. So like think Woodstock, or also the other thing I was thinking was, you know, those, line them up, Therese, get it proper. The other thing I was thinking of was, you know, like the old kitchen tiles or carpet, you know, that bright, ours was brown and orange. So that reminds me of those sort of hippie colours as well. Or the surfy colours, you know, those old style surfy colours, like the blue-green with the orange. Looks really nice, you know, it can be a deeper shade. Let's give this ink a second to dry into the cardstock. Because we can, I'm going to restamp. And I just like to do this often after I've coloured. Just crisps up the edges of the image. Especially if I'm colouring pencils. Some of the wax-based pencils will bloom, create a bloom and actually cover the stamped edges a little bit. I went looking through my stash and I found this toucan, which definitely, I know it's South America, but it reminds me of an island bird. So you don't have to particularly use Just the tropical vibes remind me of islands, so I'm going with that. You're getting there. Wonderful. Now, I might just do that again. Did you notice? I flipped the stamp wheel instead of the plate. That's so me. At least the writing's the right way now. Trying to work out if this buttercream's going to be bright enough. Oh, might be okay. And here's one of my favourite things about the stamp wheel is I don't have to take the initial stamp off. And I can do a second layer. Gives me options. I can see if it's right, and having a second image stamped at the same time means I can fix it if I need to. There we go, that worked. So I did decide to come in and brighten this beak up using the warm sunshine. That to me is a bit better. Here I go again. Pretty excited. So excited I've lost my cutting mat. The top plate. Can you see it anywhere? Oh, there it is. Stop looking. I think the worst thing about doing live card making is, you know, now that I talk to myself all the time. Don't tell anybody. I think the wheel was pretty kind. And I hope that you managed to make a card and were inspired. If not, make a card anyway. I just felt happy I could add another card. I thought that was pretty cool. I think the hardest part for me was the size of the card base. And if that's something that intimidated you as well, I feel that having that matte layer really can make a difference. We're just making on the wing today. Winging it. Just want to add a little bit more shading along my branch to make it look a bit more woody, because I might get kicked off for the parameters otherwise, and we wouldn't want that. Oh. Whoops. It might go that way. It's a dangerous thing we do here. All right, so we've got the A7 card, which is the project size, which is 5 by 7. It's in the Hippie colours. I chose some bright pinks and greens. I thought that was kind of fun. And then we had the theme islands or island. So I kind of went with that tropical feel, which was the green background flower, the bright tropical colours in the flower, and of course the toucan. And the wood is in the branch of the flower. And I can't wait to see what you've made in the gallery. I'll link the live show in the description below so you can go there and watch me make the other card using the same parameters. And I've got 2 more videos to share with you here. I look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.